Hey guys, welcome back. It's grimreaper coming at you for another video today. Today's video is going to be a showcase on how to counter the duo. I'm going to talk about the good, I'm going to talk about the weak, what to avoid for, what to look for, and generally this has been my main consistent counter, and I've been playing this now for 2 or 3 days off stream. I wanted to make sure that it was working good and tweak up on the builds and stuff that I was using. So I will be showcasing this team today, just mainly on the duo. This can work on other teams, and it's bearing in mind, it's also pointed out that this is a very old strategy that's just been tweaked to really deal with the duo. So this is mainly my way. As you can see, I've beaten some teams already. So the showcase is actually going to be on a few champions. I'm just looking for some duos right now. I'll kind of go into all this in a second. Double Taurus is definitely not something that we want to play with. So this is the team that we got. We got Ghostborn for pure damage, and also defense down does help a little bit. We've got Baron who can do the one shot, and we got RAMANTU with the aura, and obviously with the lock, the lock skill, right, which is going to be the A3 lock passive skill, which is going to be my main counter. And then obviously we have Cardio. We've seen many videos on how Cardio works, so I'm not really going to go over a kit too much. I will show you her builds, and I will show you all the builds after this. I've built my Ghostborn just a little bit faster than the Baron, just so he can get that defense down and attack up. It really does help, and he's the only one really doesn't need the only defense down AoE champion that doesn't need accuracy to land that ability, right? But it can get you sheep, which is what I'll talk you through in a second, and Rand can also get sheep. So I've done a lot of testing. As you can see, we've got 3 sheeps here. This will give me roughly around about a high chance of being sheeped with one of my champions. If you get sheep, you basically will probably lose this, if I'm honest, but they are low level sheeps, and obviously it does require accuracy now to do that. So I doubt that Taurus is built for accuracy on him. It's probably got about 200, and UDK probably does have accuracy, but he's at the back of the pile. Obviously he's got a tier 6 mastery bolt work on him, so that's why he's probably done that, but not thought about the sheep. So that's telling me he's got bolt work and not the fearsome presence, right? And obviously Seer in here. So another thing as well, so like high level sheep, so it doesn't require accuracy, like level 6. If there's multiple of them, I would just not use this team because you're gonna get sheep most likely. I just tested against Sneaky Tree, and he had 1 6-star sheep in there, and I got sheeped both times and lost both rounds. So I have test how consistent this is against high level sheep. I've also done a testing against medium level sheep. So what I mean by that is multiple levels on level 3s, level 4s, and stuff like that. So yeah, as you can see, Panda's just putting a, he's not doesn't know how viable it is against sheep, which is true. High level is not, but this is when you just want to enjoy arena, or you just want to counter, or maybe even for 3 versus 3. Maybe you've got a little bit of difficulty in 3 versus 3. The gear requirements are not crazy for this, and it does generally work. And also this works against other teams, not just the duo or anything like that. So I'm going to go about the pros and cons and what to avoid. So obviously we spoke about the sheep. I'm farming averagely 45 seconds as team. So we've got one here. We have a sheep level 4, and obviously turn rotation level 2. I didn't get sheep there, so that was quite well. I've also been testing against a few others in here. So this one also has 2 sheep as well. This one has 2 sheep level 4, so we got both in the lead there. Didn't get sheeped, so obviously it wasn't built for accuracy. And obviously you can still get 3%, 3% in the game, and that is what it is when when you do arena, especially in the last 15 minutes, and that could be the big. But the thing is like now with this, I'm able to farm the duo quite quickly, especially lower levels down in plat. And like for the top 50, I don't think this is a viable strategy, unfortunately, because sheep is still kind of OP at the top. But towards the bottom of the Platinum Arena, if you're struggling against tanky teams, this could be your answer. So this is another arena team here. So there's no sheep here, or there is a sheep here, +3 Seafy. I didn't get sheep there, 28 seconds. That's against a +3 Seafy, a +4 Duchess, and a +1 Mariska, right? So again, quite tanky. You don't want to see that one, and I haven't really took a screenshot of the rest. So yeah, so I'm going to show you some showcasing in a second on this team. I'm not going to do any editing, so we might lose one or two, but I just generally want to showcase how strong the synergy is generally, and maybe we'll go up against a few Taurus and Marishas. Obviously, strip champions like Hugo the Piggy, or Kymar, who has come back in the meta, especially on offense. You do want to generally avoid them because they can strip your stone skin. That is dangerous. Champions like Warlords and Yumiko, who can lock you out as well, is quite dangerous. And even Basher, I suppose, to a certain extent, can. Double Taurus, because a double Taurus will hit straight through your stone skin. Unfortunately, you need like crazy stats for that, and I haven't got the best of stuff going on here. So yeah, I haven't got the best of like HP and defense. I've used quite average stone skin gear. I don't want to take it from other champions and stuff like that, because I generally wanted to test it before I start enhancing this build a bit more, or seeing if I'm going to use it. So another thing as well, you could maybe go high resistance, but you got to remember Taurus hits really hard. So if you go high resistance to try and fight the Yumikones and stuff, then that is something that you might potentially lose, because I might still go through stone skin. So I don't feel like high resistance is the key for that. Let me know if you are using a high resistance cardio and stuff like that. So you generally want to slow, but you don't want it too slow. UDKs can slow you down a little bit, and that's something to kind of bear in mind as well. So as well, like averagely most people right now who are using Taurus and Mariska, they're probably farming averagely quite like 2.5 minutes, and if this team's like 45 seconds, even if you lose one or two, you're still better off overall for points in the last 15 minutes of Platinum Arena. But this is generally a viable team. You also want to avoid champions like Lydia as well. That could be a problem. So Lydia, something, obviously she'll block your revive, and then you'll just lose. So no sheep there. The counter attack still comes in, but you'll notice that the counter attack doesn't come in. You'll notice that Ghost Spawn will give us the increased attack for our Baron. Now you could try Nutcracker as well. I don't have Nutcracker, so I'm not able to try him. I'm pretty sure Baron hits harder on the A3 than anyone else, so that's something to kind of bear in mind. So there's one shot. I've been talking. Obviously, that would have been much faster as it would have gone. And this guy will probably sit there and scratch his head and think how I've farmed him so quickly. So we got another one here. So we're at double Taurus, which we'll avoid. Yeah, you've got 2 6-star sheeps as well, which we spoke about. It's one of the main counters to this strategy. So unfortunately, that's something we'll bear in mind. Let's try and take this team on. This will be, again, this is not a Taurus team. So we'll come to teams like that after I've kind of taken on the duo a bit more. So again, we have a 6-star sheep here, 5-star sheep there. So that's a bit of a downside. Now we do have a Brimstone, a sheep, and a sheep at the back. So that could be a bit of RNG fast. So right now in Plat, I'm in the top 54. So there is a lot of good players right now in the meta. When it's just Taurus, I actually have another counter to that when there's no Mariska, and one day I'll probably showcase that, but I don't feel like a lot of people are struggling with that, if I'm honest. So that's something as well to do. Yeah, so I can't see and Taurus and Mariska. Oh, here's one. So we got one sheep, 5-star. Now I can't remember if the 5-star needs accuracy or not. think it doesn't. No, I think it does need accuracy. So I'm actually just gonna hit auto. So as you can see on her, I don't effectively let her A3 straight away because generally it's too much RNG trying to strip stone skin. So I go with the A2 or the A1 generally, and then hopefully all the champions will strip the stone skin. So we have got a bit of a shield. There we are. The strengthen on UDK kind of wears off. We might die, but Cardial now won't generally bother us that much, so I'm not too bothered about that. So there's that. Then we have Rodus is an interesting champion. I'm not tried going up against Rodus yet. This is by Saptus. This is probably one of the best counts in SP, if I'm honest. So this will be interesting to see what we can do. I'm just gonna hit full auto, full stone skin team. Interesting to see stone skin. Rodus is quite quick. It's interesting. It's gonna get a few extra turns. Obviously stone skin. Now we do have. It's a very slow Taurus, which might cause us a problem. I haven't been up against a slow Taurus yet. We do generally want the teams to be fasting you. So it depends and see if Bisoptus has actually kind of got a different plan here. No, I don't like the idea of Taurus. Yeah, so actually it's actually quite good. I have thought about making my cardio even slower, but I've tested against other things, and if I'm honest, she just gets overlapped if she was too slow. So yeah, really good team by Soptus there. I'm not gonna deny that I was quite good. He was slow, and it's stone skin as well, which is definitely interesting. I think that's definitely been built to deal with the counter. So with cardio, because I know how strong and a lot of people are using this lately. So this is why I wanted to bring it to you guys as well. This is what the top guys are using in Platinum Arena. So we have two sheep here, but quite low levels. So we'll see if this works. Against this, I will do more testing on this as well, but like duo is so OP, they're so overpowered. It's so hard to counter them if I'm honest. So like I've been testing multiple teams. I've tried Snowskin, Warlord. I've tried the Lydia comp. I don't have Yumicone, so Yumicone is not a option at the moment for me. So you can see there, Snowskin's going quite low down, so it does require more probably swipeability from that, which was something I'm looking into. Okay, so yeah, I lost my Stoneskin there. I do need to be more tanky because now I've been slept by Sifi, and that is the one thing that the main thing I've been struggling with as well. I've noticed like 1 or 2 times is we lost the Stoneskin and Sifis and Sleptus because everyone's using Sifi right now with the duo. So yeah, another SP member there. Big shout out to all the SP as well using the duos on defense. So I'm able to practice and stuff like that. So we have quite a strong one here. He's brought in this because a lot of people are using them for Warlord. So I've seen like 1 or 2 come in here. RAMANTU is normally quite good against Necrid unless he's in slow Stowskin. So yeah, so this team's quite slow as well. So there is people starting to build counters of that, so that's something we'll have to bear in mind. So yeah. Hopefully this will carry on. So he's hit through my stone skin again. Well, yeah, so we've stayed alive long enough. So now she won't bother me so much with there, but we do have 2 sets of stone skin and we've been sheeped. Alright, so I think we're being a bit lucky here. I'm still gonna try this. Yeah, I don't think Baron's gonna be able to get through now. Does he even get halfway through? Alright, I suppose that's why he has a platinum trophy, because he actually knows what he's doing. Pretty sure that's Murder Inc. accounts, right? Double Taurus. And this should be a fairly easy one. I think we've hit this guy already, actually. Sifi doing her thing asleep, but that doesn't matter because we're dead now. It's also worth reporting if your champions are alive because they're really slow, then you need to be careful a little bit with using their abilities. I think that's kind of common sense a little bit. So here we are. I might rebuild her a little bit to be more tanky, just generally because I'd like to see a bit more that Stone Skin surviving a bit longer. Motherfucker. Survived this time. There's the counter attack. We gonna survive this? Alright, so yeah, my cardio needs to be more tanky. I need to rebuild. Kymar down there is a dangerous champion. I don't know if it's high resistance or not. Let's have a look. Yumicone. Yumicones, a lot of people are using Yumicones. So, another Yumicone. Okay, so Duchess. So yeah, I will generally check the consistency of this. I need more HP and more defense on my cardio, so I need to use better Stone Skin gear for sure. Maybe always use the increased defense actually, which will generally probably would help a little bit. If we lose the Stone Skin, increased defense will help. So that's why you use A2 because I think sometimes I've been put in A1. The little things make a big difference in this game, especially this high up in the arena. So there's the lockout on everyone. Then you're gonna put the defense up, sorry, defense down, and then nuke for 6 seconds. See if we can find one more. Leo's got quite a lot of sheep there, so we'll avoid this one because Leo's using a lot of sheep, which is a bit annoying. Now, there's no point using a second nuker against as a replacement for RAMANTU just because, if I'm honest, you just won't hit through the passives and stuff like that, and she'll revive anyway. That's why you really need that. You could possibly try Wanda, maybe. I think that may be an option, but I don't know too much. I haven't done any testing with Wanda yet. I'm probably not interested in building that Ronda just because generally of Savage Gear, I'll be a little bit worried that I can't get the stats that I want for the Platinum Arena level. So, yeah, that's something that I don't really want to do because I use Baron a lot, I use Rhodas a lot, and I use Turvolt as well a lot. So I just rebuilt my Turvolt, and I will do a video in the next couple of weeks on Turvolt and stuff like that because he is like my main nuker right now. But saying that, this team will bring Baron back into the mix. So Baron has my best Savage gear and stuff like that, which is generally what I'm looking for. So yeah, there's 2 wins there. I think we can hit this one quite well as well. We have 2 sheep to deal with. I don't think it would have Fears of Presence on Taurus. It wouldn't make sense to do that. I think it'd probably hurt its build more than he would to help it. At least with the increased speed from Sifi, it does help a little bit. The UDKs are just really slow, which makes it a little bit more awkward. But I found that if I'm too slow, then I just get outsped. And they just too fast. Because you do have turn meter as well from Marishka and Sifi. So yeah, we've blocked everything there. We're coming with this. Now, do we get sheeped? Not so far. So far, so good. And then Baron comes in with A3. Sorry, A4. And it's end the game there. So Cardial's build, we do have triple We do actually have a triple triple reaction. I actually think I might start changing out this reaction like this. I'm losing a lot of HP here, if I'm honest. Don't know if I have a HP ring. Oh, I do have a HP ring, so maybe, or we lose HP anyway. Maybe we'll just use like good HP rings instead of huge reaction. I generally thought reaction would be quite good. I suppose maybe. So this is the gear that we're using. Not actually bad gear, but we do need more. So the defense is on 3,900. The HP is on 92,000. Speed is 140. I generally do like the speed around that. I generally think the speed's good. Yeah, so the masteries could actually be better. So maybe the tiny intervention's actually a reason why I'm outrunning the stone skin a little bit. So that is something that I'll actually slow down and rechange. But going back on RAMANTU here, RAMANTU is at 179. He just generally needs to be a bit slower. We've got 798 accuracy. We also do have a accuracy aura of sorry, not accuracy aura. Yeah, accuracy aura of 80. And then I'd have took sheep, but to be honest, I might think about consider changes blessing once I am able to get something with accuracy substats and actually look at that as a viable thing. Like something here, get the 50 extra accuracy. High resistance isn't really an issue though, if I'm honest. So Eagle Eye is probably the main thing that Arroyo really want there. So Ghostborn doesn't actually need much, right? So he just needs to be a little bit faster. He needs to be a little bit faster than Baron. We don't want him too slow. We don't want him too fast. So Cycle of Violence, I thought was a good one to take. Shieldbreaker, just in case they got Bolster up, is something I would say you need to take. And House Smasher as well. Now, I've took Soul Reaper over Lightning Cage, just generally because he'll be dead anyway. He's meant to die and then revive. So Lightning Cage, worrying about having a debuff taken isn't really option. And I think that the Reaper is good to come out just in case we have to go for a second time. Also, I don't see the Phantom Touch being the option because he's not the main DPS in this. So taking extra damage, Baron's the main damage dealer. So for me, that is what it is. And then we also have Savage Gear here and critical damage. So I've got 6,200 attack. It brings increased attack as well. 300 critical damage. Don't care about the accuracy. And then we have my Baron who is at 7,700 attack, 284 critical damage. I do use this build in other teams, as you probably know, and as you follow on this channel. And I do have Lightning Cage because, again, I do generally use them in other teams where Lightning Cage is a better blessing to take. These are the masteries. I actually need to kind of just update these masteries a little bit because now it's probably better to lose this or to lose this and take the Shield Breaker as the tier 6 mastery. I just generally don't think I've ever changed masteries, which I haven't. So there we are. So he's had the same masteries before even Bolster come out. He also ignores shield as well, so I probably didn't think about that time. So there we are, guys. There is my cardio I suppose at the moment cardio team to counter the duo. I do need to fine tune it just a little bit, and I'll be working on that over the next week or so, and just keep practicing against the duo. So go check out my stream, grimreapertvraid. I will be streaming a lot next week, generally in the week, so go and check that out. And I will be practicing it quite a bit in the arena with cardio, and also I'll probably follow up with another video on this strategy and be like, this is how we do it. And again, keep practicing because this is Platinum Arena. If you're interested in pushing Platinum Arena, I generally do recommend it. It's great fun and stuff like that. If you need to have great gear, great champions for sure. I have great champions. I don't have the duo. There's a lot of champions I don't have right now that are meta or crazy top end meta, which causes me the issue. but my gear is good, so that is what it is. Anyway, guys, hopefully you like this video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. It does help the channel. We do have a giveaway coming out this week, so keep an eye on the channel. Really good account for Duchess, and I'll be see you on the next video, I suppose. So peace out.